Hi, this is Hodin Chang. Okay, today let's talk about the compressor. There's so many great videos on the YouTube and or other tutorial videos from the blogs and all the websites, all the manufacturers of plugins. So yeah, those are the wonderful videos that you can go and watch and learn. Okay, so but why I doing this? Cause think I think there's another way to do, or another way to understand, or another way to doing your very skillful techniques to do better to make a sound, right? So I think that's the point that I'm gonna just talk about. So if you like it, that'd be great. And if you can do better for your business with this, that's great. Okay, so subscribe and yeah, let me know what you think. I've been talking about the internal faders in the compressor and the gate. So if you didn't watch the video, I'm gonna put the card above here, so you can understand how the things go. All right. So as you see, there's a compressor, the wing compressor I put on the snare top microphones. And according to this whole setup, you will understand why the sounds like this. And if you don't, okay, don't worry. I'm gonna just go over it one by one. Okay. So basically, the compressor will work as the automatic volume reducer, right? Automatic volume reducer. So if the signal goes above the threshold, the internal fader will go lower to reduce the volume or reduce the output. So right now the threshold is minus 26.5 dB dBFS, right? So right there. So signal go above this will reduce this much, right? So if you increase the threshold, what's the difference? So if you increase threshold, signal will not compressed, right? Just as this settings, right? Okay, so this is one way to change the output, right? There is another way. That's the attack time here. See? You may find a similar thing that if I increase this threshold level, or if I increase the attack time, the result will be about the same. If you increase the attack time quite enough to pass the envelope of the snare drum, so the result will be about the same, just as I said. Okay, so how are we gonna use threshold and attack time? So attack time is the speed of how internal fader moves. So if you get shorter amount, the internal fader will move really fast. That's the time, right? So the automatic volume reducing time, the duration of the reducing is upon the attack time here. So if you increase this, same amount on the ratio will do the job, the volume reducing, but it takes longer. So during the longer time, the source envelope and source transient energy, like the attack and decay, will just go through without any reducing the volume. So that's why the if you set the attack time longer, actually the you are reducing the volume, but you are not gonna take control of the fast part of the envelope. So this is a snare drums. So there's a whole lot bigger volumes on the attack and decay section of the envelope. So it will just go through without any the compressing, right? So if you lower the attack time, internal fader will go really fast. That's why we are listening the differences, right? The sound difference. So what do we gonna do with this? Okay, and you may notice that there's a whole lot of tone changes, not just the volume dynamics. So that's one thing that most of engineer wants to control the tone, not the level. Okay, but the basic concept of compressor is the reducing the dynamic range. That's why we call it compressor, right? But compressor is not actually the shrinking or like compressing the sounds, just like can or some air compressor thing, right? It's just reducing the dynamic range, and the why the sound slightly compressed, because of that we are controlling the envelope of the sound, just like this. A lot of tone changes, even though I didn't touch anything on the threshold, right? Or reduce the attack time and control of the threshold to get the right tone that you want to use. Quite a lot of differences. So, such as this snare tone, there is a really short attack on the envelope. So, whenever you change the attack time like by 1 millisecond, there's a lot of different tones that it makes. So, there's a whole lot of details that you can make from this section, right? Okay, let's compare with the original one without the compressor on. Okay, I'm gonna reduce the level to match the input. I'm gonna increase the fader. Okay, this is the original sound. What do you think? Okay, so people say that, oh yeah, compressor make like a lot of impact sounds, more percussive, right? There's a lot of things, but when you use compressor, you change the tones. How about this way, reducing the take time about 4, and increase gain, output gain. This is a different tone, right? So there's a whole lot of changes that we can make on this compressor. So the easiest way to learn how to use compressor is just like this. Just put one simple snare tone in and adjust all of those faders and all of those parameters, and just listen the how the actual sounds change it, not just the level, right? So don't overlook the gain reduction things a lot. You gotta listen. So the best way to learn or best way to use compressor is concentrate your mind, your thinking to the sonic side, not the level, right? Level is not a big thing, because we have output makeup gain and a lot of things that we can change the level, but the tone itself will be the most important thing. Okay, I hope you understand the whole concept of the compressor that I think. Okay, thank you for watching it. Bye. Subscribe and yeah, write a comment.